Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got 100 questions for you about nothing in particular and everything in general. So let's see what we know. Let's have a little fun doing it. Maybe even learn something in the process. Who knows? Let's get to it, shall we? Which ancient city was home to the legendary Temple of Artemis, one of the 7 wonders of the world? Was it the Colossus of Rhodes? Was it Ephesus? Or was it Alexandria? It was Ephesus. Which European capital is built across 14 islands linked by dozens of bridges? Stockholm, Amsterdam, or Copenhagen? And that capital would be Stockholm. Traditional Middle Eastern hummus is made mainly from which legume? Lentils, chickpeas, or beans? Traditional Middle Eastern hummus is made from chickpeas. Which director brought dinosaurs back to life in the 1993 blockbuster Jurassic Park? Was it Steven Spielberg? Was it James Cameron? Or was it George Lucas? It was Steven Spielberg. Whose assassination in Sarajevo in 1914 triggered the start of World War I? Was it Archduke Franz Ferdinand? Was it Kaiser Wilhelm II? Or was it the assassination of Tsar Nicholas II? It was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Which English novelist imagined a futuristic society engineered for perfect happiness in Brave New World? Was it Ray Bradbury? Was it George Orwell? Or was it Aldous Huxley? That was written by Aldous Huxley. In which 1994 film does Tom Hanks deliver the line, "Life is like a box of chocolates"? Was that Forrest Gump? Was it The Shawshank Redemption? Or was it Jerry Maguire? That's from Forrest Gump. Never know what you're going to find. Which British rock group turned opera and guitar solos into a 6-minute anthem called Bohemian Rhapsody? Was it the Beatles? Was it Queen? Or was it the Rolling Stones? That would be Queen. Native to Indonesia, which giant reptile can reach 3 meters in length and hunt deer with a venomous bite? Is that a Komodo dragon, a monitor lizard, or is that an iguana? That's something a Komodo dragon can do. Known as the Iron Lady, who became Britain's first female prime minister in 1979? Was it Theresa May? Was it Ursula von der Leyen? Or was it Margaret Thatcher? And that was Margaret Thatcher. Which port did the Titanic sail from on its first and last voyage? Liverpool, Plymouth, or Southampton? The Titanic launched from Southampton. Which river flows through the heart of Paris, spanned by bridges like Pont Neuf and Pont Alexandre III? The Seine, the Rhine, or the Thames? And that would be the Seine River. The 2016 Summer Olympics brought the Games to South America for the first time. Which country hosted them? Was it Argentina, Chile, or Brazil? And that would be Brazil. Indira Gandhi was a stateswoman who served as a prime minister of which country? Pakistan, Bangladesh, or India? Indira Gandhi served as the Prime Minister of India. Call Me Ishmael opens which 19th century American novel about obsession and the sea? Moby Dick, The Old Man and the Sea, or Treasure Island? And that would be Moby Dick. Stretching across North Africa, which desert is larger than the continent of the United States? The Gobi Desert, the Kalahari Desert, or is it the Sahara Desert? And that would be the Sahara Desert. Which ancient empire built the vast Appian Way to connect its territories across Europe? The Roman Empire, the Persian Empire, or the Ottoman Empire? And that would be the Roman Empire. Known for its theme parks and beaches, which U.S. state is nicknamed the Sunshine State? Is it Florida? Is it California? Or is it Arizona? And that would be Florida. In which classic 1942 film does Humphrey Bogart say, "Here's looking at you, kid"? Gone with the Wind, Casablanca, or Citizen Kane? And that movie would be Casablanca. What is the chemical symbol for a precious metal derived from its Latin name, aurum? Is it Ag, Au, or Go? And that would be Au. Which nation is both a country and a continent? Is it Australia? Is it New Zealand? Or is it Madagascar? And that country continent is Australia. Which Scottish writer created the brilliant detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion, Dr. Watson? Arthur Conan Doyle, Agatha Christie, or was it Edgar Allan Poe? And that would be Arthur Conan Doyle. Who became the second president of the United States? Was it George Washington, John Adams, or Thomas Jefferson? The second president of the United States was John Adams. Which ocean lies between the coasts of Africa, Asia, and Australia? Is it the Indian Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, or the Atlantic Ocean? And that would be the Indian Ocean. Which German composer continued to write masterpieces even after going completely deaf? Was it Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Johann Sebastian Bach, or Ludwig van Beethoven? And that would be Ludwig van Beethoven. How many players from each team are on the field in a standard soccer match? 11 players, 10 players, or 12 players? And on the pitch, 11 players. Which European country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the United States in 1886? Was it France, United Kingdom, or was it Germany? The Statue of Liberty is a gift from France. The femur, the longest bone in the human body, is found in which part of the skeleton? Will you find the femur in the leg, the spine, or the arm? The femur is part of the leg. Mount Kilimanjaro, Africa's tallest peak, rises in which country? In Ethiopia, in Kenya, or is it in Tanzania? Mount Kilimanjaro is located in Tanzania. Which surrealist artist painted the persistence of memory, known for its melting clocks? Pablo Picasso, René Magritte, or Salvador Dali? And that would be Salvador Dali. What is the fastest land animal capable of reaching speeds over 110 kilometers per hour? Is it the cheetah, the lion, or the antelope? The fastest land animal is the cheetah. Which river, flowing northward through Egypt, is often called the lifeblood of civilization? Is it the Amazon, the Yangtze, or the Nile? And that would be the Nile River. Which 19th century novelist wrote Pride and Prejudice, a sharp study of manners and marriage? Was that Jane Austen? Was it Charlotte Bronte? Or was it Emily Dickinson? That would be Jane Austen. Which film's love theme, sung by Celine Dion, became one of the biggest hits of the 1990s? Pretty Woman, Titanic, or The Bodyguard? And that would be the movie Titanic. Which element forms the backbone of all organic molecules on Earth? Is it carbon, nitrogen, or hydrogen? The backbone of all organic molecules on Earth would be carbon. Scientist Nikola Tesla was he Czech, was he Serbian, or was he an American? Nikola Tesla was from Serbia. What is the hardest naturally occurring material on Earth? Is it quartz? Is it obsidian? Or is it diamond? The hardest naturally occurring material on Earth is diamond. In which sci-fi classic was the phrase, "May the Force be with you," first spoken? Was that from Star Wars, Star Trek, or Guardians of the Galaxy? That was coined by Star Wars, or in Star Wars. Which Shakespeare tragedy includes the doomed prince and the characters Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Is that from Macbeth, Hamlet, or Othello? Those characters are from Hamlet. Poor Yorick. Which intelligent bird can mimic human speech and even learn hundreds of words? Is it the parrot, the crow, or is it the magpie? That would be the parrot. What is the capital city of Canada? Is it Toronto, Ottawa, or is the capital in Vancouver? The capital city of Canada is Ottawa. Beautiful city. Which planet is the second largest in our solar system? Is the second largest Jupiter, Saturn, or is it Neptune? The second largest planet is Saturn. Which British Prime Minister is a cigar size named after? Clement Attlee, Winston Churchill, or Boris Johnson? A Prime Minister has a cigarette size named after him. That would be Winston Churchill. Which mountain range divides Europe from Asia? Is it the Ural Mountains, the Alps, or the Pyrenees? And that would be the Ural Mountains. Which pop icon of the 1980s was famously called the Material Girl? Was that Whitney Houston, Madonna, or Cyndi Lauper? And the Material Girl is Madonna. Which visionary filmmaker directed Inception and the Dark Knight trilogy? Was that Quentin Tarantino, Ridley Scott, or Christopher Nolan? And that director would be Christopher Nolan. Which Southeast Asian nation was known as Siam until 1939? Was it Thailand, Myanmar, or Cambodia? Siam is now Thailand. Which French impressionist became famous for a series of water lily paintings? Was it Claude Monet, Henri Matisse, or Paul Cézanne? And that would be Claude Monet. Which ancient civilization built Machu Picchu high in the Andes? Was it the Mayan civilization, the Aztec civilization, or was it the Inca civilization? And that would be the Inca civilization. Which U.S. president signed the Emancipation Proclamation? Was it Abraham Lincoln? Was it Ulysses S. Grant? Or was it Andrew Johnson? Emancipation Proclamation was signed by Abraham Lincoln. Which country currently has the fourth largest population in the world? Brazil, Indonesia, or Pakistan? The fourth largest population in the world. And that would be Indonesia. Which Scottish scientist discovered penicillin in 1928, revolutionizing medicine? Was it Alexander Fleming, Louis Pasteur, or Marie Curie? Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. In which 1992 courtroom drama does Jack Nicholson shout, "You can't handle the truth"? Is that from A Few Good Men, To Kill a Mockingbird, or is that from The Verdict? That's from A Few Good Men. In George Orwell's 1984, what name is given to the omnipresent leader watching everyone? Is it Emmanuel Goldstein, The Party, or Big Brother? His name is Big Brother. What is the second smallest independent country in the world by area? Is it Vatican City, San Marino, or Monaco? The second smallest independent country in the world by area is Monaco. Which Renaissance painter created The Birth of Venus, depicting the goddess emerging from the sea? Raphael, Leonardo da Vinci, or Sandro Botticelli? And that would be Sandro Botticelli. Which legendary British band recorded the 1969 album Abbey Road? Was that The Who, The Beatles, or was it the Rolling Stones? And that was the Beatles. Which vitamin is produced in the skin when exposed to sunlight? Is it vitamin D? Is it vitamin B12? Or is it vitamin C? The body produces vitamin D from sunlight, but not photosynthesis. Which African nation was once known as Abyssinia? Sudan, Ethiopia, or Eritrea? One of those was known as Abyssinia. And that one is Ethiopia. Who starred as the Roman general Maximus in Gladiator 2000? Was it Russell Crowe, Mel Gibson, or was it Brad Pitt? It was Russell Crowe. Which organ is the largest internal organ in the human body? Is it the liver, the lungs, or is it the brain? The largest internal organ in the human body. And that is the liver. Which composer wrote the opera The Magic Flute? Was it Giuseppe Verdi? Was it Richard Wagner? Or was it Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart? And that's a piece by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Which European country is famous for its tulips, canals, and windmills? Is it the Netherlands? Is that something Belgium is famous for? Or is France known to be the place for tulips, canals, and windmills? No, it's the Netherlands. Which U.S. president urged Americans to ask not what your country can do for you? Would that be Ronald Reagan, John F. Kennedy, or Franklin D. Roosevelt? But rather ask what you can do for your country. John F. Kennedy. Where is Novak Djokovic from? Is he from Slovakia, Serbia, or did Novak come from Serbia? Novak Djokovic is from Serbia. Which of these writers, for a certain period of time, lived in Cuba? John Steinbeck, Ernest Hemingway, or was it F. Scott Fitzgerald, who resided in Cuba? That would be Ernest Hemingway. What was the title of Persian supreme rulers? Were they called a mat, a shu, or a shah? Persian supreme rulers were called shahs. Which of these is a fundamental particle? A quark, a quark, or an ace? Of the three, the fundamental particle is a quark, with a Q. Which metallic element remains liquid at room temperature? Does aluminum remain a liquid? Does zinc remain a liquid at room temperature? Or is mercury a liquid at room temperature? Mercury is a liquid at room temperature. Which Oxford professor wrote the Lord of the Rings trilogy? Was it J.R.R. Tolkien? Was it C.S. Lewis? Or was it George R.R. Martin? It was J.R.R. Tolkien. Which country won the first FIFA World Cup in 1930? Was it Brazil? Was it Uruguay? Or was it Argentina? The first FIFA World Cup champion was Uruguay. Which major conflict formally ended with the Treaty of Versailles in 1919? Was it World War II? Was it the Crimean War? Or was it World War I? The Treaty of Versailles ended World War I. What is the world's largest island that is not a continent? New Guinea, Borneo, or Greenland? The world's largest island that is not a continent is Greenland. What is the maximum score possible in one frame of bowling? 30, 50, or 40? In one frame of bowling, the maximum is 30. Freddie Mercury was born in, was it 1958, 1946, or 1969? Freddie Mercury was born in 1946. Which gas do plants absorb from the atmosphere during photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide, oxygen, or nitrogen? They absorb carbon dioxide. In tennis, what is the term for a score of 0? Is it love? Is it nil? Or is it a goose? In tennis, a score of 0 is love. 15, love. Who directed the Godfather trilogy? Was it Martin Scorsese? Was it Brian De Palma? Or was it Francis Ford Coppola? The Godfather trilogy was directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Which ancient city near Naples was buried under ash after the eruption of Mount Vesuvius? Was it Troy? Was it Carthage? Or was it Pompeii that was buried under ash? It was Pompeii. What is Nando's famous for? Is Nando's famous for beef, for chicken, or for fish? Nando's is famous for chicken. How many players are on a standard volleyball team on the court? 5 players, 6 players, or 7 players? The standard lineup is 6 players. Which British author created the secret agent James Bond? Ian Fleming, Jean Le Carré, or Graham Greene? James Bond is the creation of Ian Fleming. Which planet in our solar system has the most moons? Is it Jupiter? Is it Saturn? Or is it Neptune? The planet with the most moons in our solar system. To the best of our knowledge, that would be Jupiter. Which South American country borders both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea? Is it Brazil? Is it Colombia? Or is it Argentina? And that would be Colombia. In which sport would you perform a slam dunk? Do you perform slam dunks in basketball, volleyball, or in badminton? You score slam dunks in basketball, if you're strong and big enough. Ippon represents the highest score in what? Greco-Roman wrestling, judo, or freestyle wrestling? Ippon. That is the highest score in judo. Which Renaissance genius painted The Last Supper? Was it Leonardo da Vinci? Was it Michelangelo? Or was it Raphael? The Last Supper was painted by Leonardo da Vinci. Which U.S. city is widely considered the birthplace of jazz? Chicago, Memphis, or New Orleans? Birthplace of jazz is widely considered to be New Orleans. What sport uses the terms birdie and eagle? Are those terms used in golf, archery, or are they badminton terms? And that would be golf. What process allows green plants to convert sunlight into chemical energy? Is it fermentation? Is it photosynthesis? Or is it the process of respiration? And that's a chemical process of photosynthesis. Which film franchise follows the misadventures of Captain Jack Sparrow? Is it the Indiana Jones series, The Mummy, or the Pirates of the Caribbean? Aye, it'd be Pirates of the Caribbean, mate. Which European river flows through the cities of Vienna, Budapest, and Belgrade? Is it the Vistula River, the Danube, or the Rhine? And that would be the Danube. LG Corporation is from South Korea, Japan, or is that a corporation in China? LG is a South Korean firm. Which country has won the most Rugby World Cups? New Zealand, South Africa, or is it England? The country with the most Rugby World Cups, that would be South Africa. Which military leader crossed the Alps with elephants to attack Rome? Was it Julius Caesar, Alexander the Great, or was it Hannibal? Hannibal crossed the Alps with elephants. Which river forms part of the border between the United States and Mexico? Is it the Rio Grande, the Colorado River, or the Mississippi River? And that would be the Rio Grande River. Which Russian novelist wrote Crime and Punishment, exploring guilt and moral redemption? Leo Tolstoy, Anton Chekhov, or Fyodor Dostoevsky? And that would be Fyodor Dostoevsky. What is the term for a perfect score in gymnastics? Is it a 1? Is it a 10? Or is it a perfect 100? A perfect score in gymnastics is a 10. Which Norwegian artist created the expressionist masterpiece, The Scream? Was that painted by Edvard Munch, Paul Klee, or Vasily Kandinsky? The Scream, that's Edvard Munch. What is the largest retail bank in the world by market capitalization? Is it Goldman Sachs, BNP Paribas, or JP Morgan Chase? The largest retail bank in the world by market capitalization? JP Morgan Chase. That's it. That's all 100. You've done an amazing job. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and put your score in the comments, please. And since you're here, you should check out these videos right here. They're also a lot of fun to make and to play. And I'll catch you in the next one.